Everyone, as we approach the year 2025, it's a perfect time to pause and reflect on who we are and where we're headed. The world around us is constantly evolving, but one thing remains true. The most important thing we can do is focus on ourselves. In this ever-changing world, it's easy to get distracted by external pressures, opinions, and expectations. But when you focus on yourself, your growth, your dreams, and your well-being, you unlock the potential to truly thrive. When we think about self-care, it's easy to think of simple indulgences like taking a day off or getting a spa treatment, but in reality, self-care is far deeper and more integral to our well-being. Prioritizing self-care means making intentional choices every day to nurture your body, mind, and spirit. It's about acknowledging that in order to give our best to the world around us, we first have to invest in ourselves. In 2025, we face more stressors and distractions than ever before, from the constant flow of information to the pressure to perform in various aspects of life. Many of us are so focused on meeting external expectations, whether from work, family, or society, that we forget to listen to ourselves. The importance of taking care of our mental and physical health cannot be overstated. Without self-care, burnout, anxiety, and fatigue can take over, making it impossible to achieve our goals or even enjoy the successes we work so hard for. Self-care isn't just about occasional breaks, it's about setting healthy boundaries, creating routines, and making choices that are in line with our own needs. For example, ensuring that you're getting enough rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Sleep is the foundation of good health, and without it, our minds and bodies can't function at their best. It's also about paying attention to your emotional state and recognizing when you need to step back from certain situations or people that drain you. Sometimes, the best way to show up for others is by first taking a step back and replenishing your own energy. But physical self-care extends beyond just rest. It's also about nourishing your body with the right foods and engaging in physical activity that feels good for you. Whether it's taking a walk, doing yoga, lifting weights, or simply stretching, moving your body helps reduce stress and boosts your mood. And it's important to remember that self-care can look different for everyone. What helps one person feel rejuvenated might not work for another. The key is to listen to your body and give it what it needs, whether it's a moment of quiet or a burst of physical activity. Mental self-care is equally important. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the constant flow of information and demands on our time. That's why it's essential to carve out moments of stillness and reflection. This could mean practicing mindfulness or meditation, journaling to process your thoughts, or even engaging in a hobby that brings you joy and peace. Mental health is not a side note. It's the cornerstone of living a balanced and fulfilling life. If you don't take care of your mental state, everything else becomes harder to manage. Taking time to reflect, breathe, and clear your mind helps reduce anxiety, enhances clarity, and allows you to approach challenges with a fresh perspective. At the core of self-care is the recognition that you deserve time and space to nurture yourself. It's not selfish, it's essential. Prioritizing self-care is an act of self-respect. It allows you to recharge and replenish your energy, making you more present, more productive, and more capable of navigating life's complexities. When you take the time to care for yourself, you send a message that you are worthy of that care, and it's from this place of self-worth that you can show up in the world as your best self. In 2025, let's remember that self-care isn't just a luxury or an afterthought. It's a vital practice that ensures we have the energy, clarity, and resilience to tackle the challenges and opportunities that come our way. Setting meaningful goals goes beyond merely having something to work toward. It is about creating a roadmap for your life that aligns with your deepest values, passions, and long-term vision. In the hustle of everyday life, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of setting goals based on external pressures or expectations. You might find yourself working hard to meet milestones that others have set for you, or chasing after achievements that don't truly resonate with your inner desires. However, setting goals that hold genuine significance to you can completely transform the way you approach life and help you experience more fulfillment. In 2025, it is crucial to take a step back and reflect on what truly matters to you. This reflection process involves understanding who you are, what brings you joy, and what you want to contribute to the world. Often, we get so caught up in the busy pace of life that we forget to stop and ask ourselves, what do I truly want? By taking the time to define your personal values and passions, you can begin to set goals that are meaningful rather than just practical. These are the goals that inspire you to take action, to move beyond your comfort zone, and to push yourself towards something that makes you feel alive. One of the keys to setting meaningful goals is ensuring that they align with your core values. When your goals are a reflection of what you truly care about, they are much easier to commit to, and the journey toward achieving them becomes much more rewarding. For example, if you value creativity, you might set a goal to dedicate more time to pursuing artistic projects or to learn new creative skills. If you value health and well-being, you might set a goal to develop a consistent fitness routine or adopt a balanced diet. When your goals stem from your personal values, every step you take toward achieving them feels more purposeful, and it's easier to stay motivated even when obstacles arise. Another important aspect of setting meaningful goals is ensuring that they are specific and actionable. While it's great to have big, lofty aspirations, breaking them down into smaller, more achievable steps makes them much more attainable. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of a goal, but when you break it down into smaller, manageable tasks, you create a sense of progress and momentum. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, instead of just setting a vague goal to write a book, set a specific goal like write 500 words a day or complete one chapter by the end of the month. These smaller goals keep you focused and allow you to celebrate incremental wins along the way, which can build confidence and motivation. Setting meaningful goals also means being flexible and open to adjustment. Life is unpredictable and circumstances may change, but that doesn't mean your goals should be abandoned. Rather, it's important to approach your goals with a mindset of adaptability. If something isn't working or if new opportunities arise, don't be afraid to reassess and revise your goals. This flexibility is crucial because it allows you to stay true to your vision while still being responsive to the evolving nature of life. It's not about rigidly sticking to a set of predetermined objectives, but about maintaining a clear direction while being willing to adjust your course as needed. Furthermore, meaningful goals are not just about personal achievement. They can also involve making a positive impact on others. Many people find that the most rewarding goals are those that contribute to the greater good, whether through acts of kindness, service, or creating something that benefits others. In 2025, it is more important than ever to consider how your goals align with the well-being of your community or the world at large. Goals that inspire change or help others not only bring a sense of fulfillment, but also create a ripple effect of positivity that extends beyond yourself. In the end, setting meaningful goals is a deeply personal process. It requires introspection, reflection, and a willingness to be honest with yourself about what truly matters. When your goals reflect your authentic desires, they become much more than just tasks to check off. They become a way of living in alignment with your values and passions. In 2025, by prioritizing goals that are meaningful and aligned with your true self, you create a life that is both fulfilling and purposeful. In today's world, where we're constantly bombarded by notifications, social media updates, and the never-ending to-do lists, it's easy to feel like you're always rushing from one task to the next. This constant state of doing can often prevent us from fully experiencing the moment. Yet, The key to true fulfillment and peace lies in our ability to cultivate mindfulness and presence, qualities that allow us to be fully engaged in what we are doing without distraction or judgment. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware of what is happening in the present moment without being preoccupied by thoughts of the past or the future. It's about acknowledging what you're experiencing right now, whether it's the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, or the emotions you're feeling, and accepting them without trying to change or escape them. In 2025, this practice is more important than ever. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention and pulls us in many directions. The ability to stay grounded in the present moment helps us reduce stress, increase our emotional resilience, and enhance our ability to appreciate life as it is, rather than constantly longing for something else. Being mindful means cultivating the ability to focus on the task at hand without letting your mind wander to past regrets or future anxieties. When you are truly present, you are able to engage more deeply in whatever you're doing, whether it's having a conversation with someone, working on a project, or simply enjoying a quiet moment by yourself. This level of focus not only improves the quality of your work, but also enhances your relationships as you are more attuned to the people around you. Instead of getting lost in thoughts about what to say next or checking your phone during a conversation, mindfulness allows you to truly listen and be present with others. This presence can strengthen connections, foster empathy, and build trust. Mindfulness also has a significant impact on your mental and emotional health. The constant stream of thoughts and worries can contribute to feelings of anxiety, overwhelm, and stress. However, by practicing mindfulness, you can begin to distance yourself from those thoughts and observe them without getting caught up in them. This creates space between your thoughts and your emotions, allowing you to respond rather than react to situations. It's not about eliminating negative thoughts or emotions, but learning to approach them with a sense of awareness and understanding. In 2025, this ability to detach from the chaos of the mind and embrace the present moment can help you navigate life's challenges with greater calmness and clarity. Cultivating presence also means embracing moments of stillness and quiet. In our fast-paced world, there is often pressure to always be doing, achieving, or moving forward, but allowing yourself moments of pause is essential for recharging and reconnecting with yourself. These moments of stillness can come in many forms, whether it's sitting in silence, going for a walk in nature, or simply taking a few deep breaths throughout the day. These small acts of mindfulness can create profound shifts in your mental and emotional state, helping you feel more centered, grounded, and connected to the world around you. Moreover, practicing mindfulness and presence encourages a greater sense of gratitude. When you are truly present, you become more aware of the beauty and blessings in your life, no matter how small. A simple walk in the park or a cup of coffee in the morning can become moments of profound appreciation when you are fully engaged in them. This sense of gratitude can shift your perspective, allowing you to see the positives in your life rather than focusing on what's missing or what needs to be fixed. The beauty of mindfulness is that it doesn't require any special equipment or training. It's something anyone can practice in any moment. Whether through formal meditation, mindful breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings, cultivating presence is a powerful tool that can improve the quality of your life. In 2025, the ability to stay present is more important than ever. It allows you to slow down, reduce stress, and experience the richness of life as it unfolds. It reminds you that true peace doesn't come from external circumstances but from within, and it's found in the quiet moments of stillness and awareness. In today's rapidly changing world, the value of continuous learning cannot be overstated. The pace at which technology, industries, and societies evolve demands that we constantly adapt, grow, and expand our knowledge base. In 2025, embracing lifelong learning is not just an option. It is essential for personal growth, career advancement, and even our ability to connect meaningfully with others. The pursuit of knowledge has always been a hallmark of human progress, but in this era of information, it's more important than ever to stay curious, open-minded, and proactive in our learning journey. Continuous learning goes far beyond formal education or professional development. It encompasses a mindset of curiosity and self-improvement where every experience, whether it's reading a book, exploring a new hobby, or having a conversation with someone from a different background, becomes an opportunity to learn. In 2025, the availability of online courses, podcasts, articles, and videos means that learning is at our fingertips more than ever before. We can access knowledge on virtually any topic, and we have the ability to learn at our own pace in a way that suits our individual needs. However, what's crucial is the intention behind learning. It's not just about accumulating facts or credentials, but about fostering a deep personal connection to the material and applying it meaningfully in our lives. When we talk about continuous learning, we're also talking about developing the ability to think critically and solve problems in new ways. The world today presents challenges that demand creative solutions, and those who are open to learning new methods, tools, and perspectives are the ones best equipped to face them. Whether it's a technical skill like coding or a softer skill like emotional intelligence, the more we learn, the more adaptable and resourceful we become. For instance, in the workplace, industries that seemed stable a few decades ago are now experiencing massive transformations due to advances in artificial intelligence, automation, and globalization. Those who take the time to learn about these shifts, whether by understanding new technologies, embracing emerging trends, or developing innovative ways of thinking, will be the ones to thrive in this new landscape. And this doesn't only apply to professional growth, it also impacts our personal lives. By learning new ways to manage stress, communicate effectively, or make healthier lifestyle choices, we can improve the quality of our relationships and well-being. Furthermore, embracing continuous learning can help us overcome the barriers of fear and doubt that often hold us back. Many people avoid learning new things because they feel overwhelmed or intimidated by the unfamiliar. But the act of learning itself builds resilience and confidence. When we step into the unknown and take on new challenges, whether that's picking up a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or learning a new software program, we not only expand our skill set, but also grow as individuals. Each small victory, each step forward, reinforces the idea that we are capable of more than we initially thought. In 2025, it is crucial to foster a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Learning also keeps our minds sharp and agile, particularly as we age. Studies have shown that engaging in activities that challenge the brain, whether through reading, puzzles, or learning new skills, can improve cognitive function and delay the onset of age-related mental decline. In a world where people are living longer, it's not just about having more years. It's about making those years meaningful by continuing to learn and grow throughout life. Whether it's exploring a new culture, learning to cook a new cuisine, or simply mastering a new technology, continuous learning ensures that we are not stagnant but always evolving. It allows us to live life with a sense of purpose and excitement, knowing that there's always something new to discover, regardless of our age or stage in life. Moreover, learning helps us connect with others in meaningful ways. In our interconnected world, we encounter people from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and perspectives on a daily basis. Embracing continuous learning means not only expanding our knowledge, but also becoming more empathetic and understanding toward others. When we learn about different cultures, histories, and worldviews, we become more equipped to navigate our shared human experience. We become better communicators, collaborators, and problem solvers. Whether it's learning a new language to connect with someone from a different country or understanding social justice issues to be a better ally, continuous learning enables us to build bridges and create a more inclusive, compassionate world. The beauty of continuous learning is that it can take many forms. It doesn't always require formal education or a structured course. Sometimes it's as simple as watching a documentary, reading a book, attending a workshop, or even listening to a podcast during your commute. The key is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity where you approach life with a sense of wonder and a desire to discover more about the world around you. In 2025, we are fortunate to live in a time where learning is incredibly accessible and the opportunities for growth are limitless. Whether you're learning for personal enrichment or professional development, the process of acquiring new knowledge and skills enriches your life in profound ways. By actively engaging in lifelong learning, you equip yourself with the tools to navigate the uncertainties of the future. You build resilience, confidence, and adaptability, and you set yourself up for a future full of opportunities. In 2025, make the commitment to never stop learning, to always seek out new knowledge, and to remain open to the endless possibilities for growth that life has to offer. Whether it's expanding your horizons professionally, personally, or intellectually, continuous learning will empower you to live a rich, fulfilling, and impactful life. The importance of building strong, meaningful relationships cannot be overstated. Relationships are at the heart of our emotional and mental well-being, providing us with support, connection, and a sense of belonging. In 2025, we face a world that is more connected than ever, yet many people still struggle with feelings of isolation and loneliness. With the rise of digital communication, it's easy to feel like we're constantly connected, but still emotionally distant. Building strong relationships goes beyond simply maintaining a presence in someone's life. It's about cultivating genuine connections based on trust, respect, and mutual support. At the core of every strong relationship is effective communication. In a time when we are constantly bombarded with distractions, taking the time to truly listen and be present with others is more important than ever. Active listening, really hearing what someone is saying and understanding their emotions and perspective, is the foundation of meaningful interaction. Too often, we are focused on what we're going to say next or checking our phones while in the midst of a conversation. But the true power of communication lies in giving the other person your full attention and responding with empathy and understanding. In 2025, making an effort to communicate authentically and attentively can transform your relationships, helping you foster deeper, more supportive connections with the people around you. In addition to communication, trust is a vital element of strong relationships. Trust isn't built overnight, it is earned through consistent actions and mutual respect. Trust allows us to be vulnerable with others, to share our thoughts, feelings, and fears without fear of judgment or betrayal. When we trust others, we open ourselves up to deeper emotional connections, which in turn strengthens our bonds. However, trust must also be reciprocal. To build strong relationships, we must not only trust others, but also be trustworthy ourselves. This means being honest, reliable, and considerate in our interactions. In 2025, as the world becomes increasingly interconnected, trust becomes even more important. With the rise of digital interactions and online connections, maintaining trust in both personal and professional relationships is essential to creating meaningful, lasting partnerships. Another key component of strong relationships is mutual support. True friends, family, and partners are those who uplift and encourage each other during times of challenge and change. A strong relationship isn't one where you only turn to someone when you need something. It's about being there for each other, celebrating successes, and offering support during tough times. Building relationships based on mutual support requires empathy, the ability to understand and share in another person's emotions. In 2025, many of us are facing stressors and pressures that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Having a strong support system of people who genuinely care for us makes all the difference in our ability to cope with challenges and keep moving forward. It's also important to recognize that relationships require effort and nurturing. It's easy to take relationships for granted, assuming that they will thrive on their own. However, like anything else in life, relationships require time, attention, and care. Whether it's making time for regular check-ins with loved ones, planning activities to bond, or simply being there to listen when someone needs to talk, investing in your relationships is an essential part of building lasting connections. In 2025, let's make a conscious effort to show up for the people who matter to us, whether it's through small gestures of kindness or big acts of support. Finally, building strong relationships means embracing diversity and inclusivity. The world we live in is rich with different cultures, beliefs, and backgrounds. Taking the time to connect with people from different walks of life not only broadens our own perspectives, but also strengthens our communities. In 2025, creating and maintaining relationships that value diversity helps foster empathy, tolerance, and understanding. Whether through personal friendships, professional networks, or community involvement, embracing relationships that celebrate our differences enriches our lives and contributes to a more compassionate and connected world. In summary, building strong relationships is a continuous process that requires time, effort, and commitment. By prioritizing effective communication, building trust, offering mutual support, and nurturing connections, we create a network of meaningful relationships that enhance our emotional well-being and provide us with a foundation of love, care, and understanding. In 2025, we should make a conscious effort to invest in the relationships that truly matter and create a network of support that can carry us through life's ups and downs. Emotional resilience is one of the most powerful qualities we can develop as individuals, especially in today's unpredictable world. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to challenges, and navigate stress with a sense of strength and calm. In 2025, the pace of life is fast, and the pressures we face, whether from work, personal life, or global events, can often feel overwhelming. Yet, emotional resilience provides us with the capacity to not only endure difficult situations, but to thrive despite them. It's not about avoiding pain or hardship, but about learning how to manage our emotions effectively in the face of adversity. Building emotional resilience starts with cultivating a positive mindset. While it's normal to experience negative emotions like sadness, anger, or frustration, it's essential to recognize that these emotions don't define us. Emotions are natural responses to events and situations, but they are temporary. The key to emotional resilience is learning how to acknowledge your emotions without letting them control your actions or overwhelm your thoughts. When you face a difficult situation, instead of focusing on what's going wrong, try to shift your attention toward what you can control and how you can move forward. For example, rather than getting stuck in self-pity or frustration after a setback, focus on the lessons you can learn from the experience or the ways in which it can help you grow. This ability to reframe your perspective enables you to bounce back more quickly and with a sense of purpose. Another important aspect of emotional resilience is emotional regulation. This involves learning how to manage your emotional responses so that they don't dictate your actions in unhealthy ways. Emotional regulation is crucial when faced with stress, frustration, or disappointment. It's easy to react impulsively when emotions are running high, but by developing the ability to pause and reflect before responding, you create space for more thoughtful and constructive actions. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or simply taking a moment to step away from a situation can help you manage strong emotions and regain control. By practicing emotional regulation, you prevent negative emotions from spiraling out of control and from influencing your decision-making in harmful ways. Support systems also play a critical role in building emotional resilience. While we can develop personal coping mechanisms, it's equally important to have a network of supportive relationships that we can rely on during difficult times. Emotional resilience doesn't mean going it alone. It means recognizing that it's okay to ask for help and lean on others when we need support. Surrounding ourselves with positive, understanding people, whether friends, family, or mentors, can provide comfort, guidance, and reassurance when we're facing challenging situations. These support networks not only offer emotional encouragement, but can also provide practical advice, different perspectives, or a sense of shared experience that makes it easier to cope with adversity. In 2025, as our world becomes more interconnected, it's crucial to create and nurture relationships that contribute to our emotional resilience. Connecting with others who have gone through similar struggles can provide a sense of solidarity, helping us realize that we are not alone in our challenges. Building emotional resilience also involves taking care of our mental health. Just as physical health requires regular maintenance, our mental well-being also requires consistent effort and attention. This means taking time for activities that reduce stress, improve mood, and promote emotional balance. For some, this might involve engaging in physical exercise, which has been shown to reduce anxiety and improve overall emotional well-being. For others, creative outlets like writing, painting, or music might serve as an emotional release and a way to process difficult feelings. Additionally, practices like meditation or mindfulness can help quiet the mind, making it easier to respond to stressors with a calm, centered attitude. Prioritizing self-care in these ways is essential for maintaining emotional resilience over time, as it ensures that we have the mental resources to deal with life's ups and downs. Lastly, it's important to recognize that building emotional resilience is a process, not an overnight transformation. It requires time, patience, and practice. Just as physical strength doesn't develop overnight, emotional resilience is cultivated gradually through the daily choices we make and the way we respond to life's challenges. The more we practice emotional resilience, the stronger we become, but it's also important to acknowledge that setbacks are a natural part of this journey. There will be times when we feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or defeated, and that's okay. What matters is how we pick ourselves up after those moments and keep moving forward. Each challenge faced, no matter how small, builds our emotional resilience and prepares us for future obstacles. In 2025, emotional resilience will be one of the most valuable skills we can cultivate, not only for our own well-being, but also for our ability to navigate a rapidly changing world. By developing emotional resilience, we create a foundation of inner strength that allows us to face challenges with grace, learn from our experiences, and emerge from difficulties more empowered than ever. Change is an inevitable part of life, yet many people find it difficult to embrace. The fear of the unknown, the discomfort of leaving familiar territory, and the anxiety about what lies ahead can make change feel overwhelming and intimidating. However, in 2025, one of the most crucial skills we can develop is the ability to embrace change with an open mind and a flexible attitude. Change is not something to fear, but something to embrace as an opportunity for growth, innovation, and new experiences. It's through change that we learn, evolve, and discover new possibilities. One of the first steps in embracing change is recognizing that it is a natural and essential part of life. Everything around us is constantly changing, from the seasons to technology, from personal relationships to societal shifts. Change is the force that drives progress, whether on a global scale or in our individual lives. The key is to stop resisting it and to start seeing it as an opportunity rather than a threat. When we resist change, we often become stuck in old patterns, limiting our growth and potential. But when we accept change, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and a richer, more dynamic experience of life. A significant part of embracing change is developing a mindset of adaptability. This means learning to be flexible when circumstances shift or when things don't go as planned. In 2025, adaptability will be one of the most important traits to cultivate as the world continues to change at an unprecedented pace. Technology is advancing rapidly, industries are evolving, and the global landscape is shifting in ways that were once unimaginable. Those who are able to adapt quickly to these changes, whether by acquiring new skills, shifting their mindset, or changing the way they work, will be the ones who thrive in the future. The ability to adapt doesn't mean giving up on your values or goals, but learning to find new paths toward achieving them when the old ones no longer work. It's about being open to new ideas, methods, and perspectives that can enhance your personal and professional life. Embracing change also involves letting go of the need for control. Often, our resistance to change stems from our desire to control every aspect of our lives. We want certainty, stability, and predictability, but the reality is that life is inherently unpredictable. Instead of clinging to old ways or trying to control outcomes, embracing change means becoming comfortable with uncertainty. It's about learning to trust the process and knowing that even if things don't go as expected, we can handle whatever comes our way. This sense of trust allows us to navigate change with more ease and confidence. Rather than being paralyzed by fear of the unknown, we begin to see change as a natural flow that we can navigate with resilience and resourcefulness. Furthermore, embracing change involves shifting our perspective on failure. When we face setbacks or failures during periods of change, it's easy to see them as signs of defeat. However, in reality, failure is often the stepping stone to success. Many of the most successful people in the world have failed numerous times before achieving their goals. The difference lies in their ability to view failure not as a permanent state, but as a temporary setback that offers valuable lessons. In 2025, we must embrace this mindset and understand that failure is a necessary part of growth. It's through trial and error, experimentation, and learning from our mistakes that we can truly evolve and improve. Finally, embracing change is about being proactive rather than reactive. Instead of waiting for change to happen to you, take the initiative to create positive change in your life. Whether it's making a career shift, learning a new skill, or changing your habits, taking control of the changes you want to see in your life empowers you to shape your future. Being proactive also means being prepared for change. By staying informed, flexible, and open to new experiences, you position yourself to handle changes with grace and confidence. In 2025, embracing change is not just a matter of survival. It's a strategy for success. By developing an adaptable mindset, letting go of control, viewing failure as a learning opportunity, and proactively seeking change, we can turn uncertainty into possibility. Embracing change allows us to unlock new opportunities, grow beyond our limits, and live a life that is dynamic, fulfilling, and ever-evolving. In the modern world, maintaining a sense of balance and well-being is more challenging than ever. The demands of work, family, relationships, and personal goals can easily overwhelm us, leaving little time for self-care or reflection. In 2025, the fast-paced nature of life, combined with technological advancements and constant connectivity, only adds to the pressure. Yet, despite these challenges, prioritizing balance and well-being is crucial for leading a fulfilling and sustainable life. Achieving balance doesn't mean living without stress or chaos, but rather finding a way to navigate these challenges in a way that promotes mental, physical, and emotional health. One of the most fundamental aspects of maintaining balance is learning how to manage your time effectively. In a world filled with distractions, it can be hard to stay focused and prioritize the things that truly matter. Time management isn't just about scheduling tasks or appointments. It's about learning how to allocate your energy and attention in a way that aligns with your values and goals. This means saying no to things that drain you, setting clear boundaries, and making time for activities that nourish your mind and body. In 2025, with the rise of digital distractions like social media, email, and constant notifications, time management is more important than ever. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the endless stream of tasks, but by learning how to focus on what truly matters, we can regain a sense of control and balance in our lives. Equally important to time management is the need to prioritize self-care. In a society that often celebrates productivity and achievement, self-care is frequently overlooked or seen as a luxury. However, without proper self-care, we risk burning out and depleting our mental and physical reserves. Self-care is not just about indulging in spa days or taking vacations, though those can certainly help. It's about taking the time to nurture yourself in the ways that allow you to function at your best. This might mean ensuring that you get enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, exercising regularly, or engaging in activities that promote relaxation and mental clarity, such as meditation or mindfulness. In 2025, with the growing awareness of mental health and wellness, there is an increasing recognition that taking care of our mental health is just as important as taking care of our physical health. Prioritizing self-care doesn't make us weak or selfish. It makes us stronger and more resilient in facing the demands of life. Another critical component of balance is managing stress. Stress is an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to it can make all the difference. Chronic stress, when left unchecked, can have serious physical and mental health consequences, including anxiety, depression, and even heart disease. Learning how to manage stress effectively is one of the most important skills we can cultivate in 2025. Stress management involves a combination of healthy coping strategies, such as practicing mindfulness, deep breathing exercises, or engaging in physical activity. It also involves recognizing when we need to step back and give ourselves permission to rest and recharge. In today's world, there's a pervasive belief that we must always be on and constantly productive, but in reality, taking time to rest and recuperate is essential for long-term success. By managing stress in healthy ways, we protect not only our physical health, but also our emotional well-being. Emotional well-being plays a pivotal role in maintaining balance. Our emotions are deeply connected to our overall sense of happiness and fulfillment, and yet many of us struggle to manage them effectively. In 2025, the fast-paced world and the pressures we face can often lead to emotional exhaustion, burnout, and feelings of isolation. Recognizing and addressing our emotional needs is a vital step in achieving balance. This might involve cultivating emotional intelligence, which is the ability to understand, manage, and express our emotions in a healthy way. It also means being mindful of how we react to situations and learning how to respond rather than react impulsively. Emotional well-being also involves seeking support when needed, whether through therapy, counseling, or talking with trusted friends and family. In an age where mental health is becoming an increasingly important topic, it's vital to prioritize emotional well-being as an integral part of overall balance and self-care. Finally, one of the most important aspects of maintaining balance is fostering positive relationships. Humans are social beings, and our relationships with others greatly impact our sense of well-being. Healthy, supportive relationships are a key source of emotional nourishment, and they play a crucial role in helping us maintain perspective, stay grounded, and feel connected. In 2025, while we are more connected than ever through technology, it's important to ensure that our relationships are meaningful and fulfilling. It's easy to get caught up in superficial interactions, but deep, authentic connections with others are what truly enrich our lives. Building and nurturing these relationships requires time, effort, and vulnerability, but the rewards are immeasurable. Surrounding ourselves with people who support and uplift us helps us maintain balance, providing us with the emotional support we need to navigate the ups and downs of life. In conclusion, achieving balance and well-being in 2025 requires a conscious and consistent effort to manage our time, prioritize self-care, reduce stress, nurture emotional health, and foster positive relationships. While life will always present challenges, finding balance doesn't mean eliminating stress or conflict. It means developing the tools and strategies to navigate these challenges in a way that promotes long-term health and happiness. By taking care of ourselves holistically and prioritizing balance, we create a foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life. The importance of this balance cannot be overstated as we continue to navigate an increasingly complex and fast-paced world.